For over 50 years, gang culture, street culture, and rap culture have been glorifying some of the most toxic, destructive, and deadly behaviors imaginable. And we've accepted it, embraced it, praised it like it's something to be proud of. But the truth? It's done more long-term damage to the black community than slavery ever could in modern times. Shooting each other, robbing each other, fighting over nothing. We treat positivity like a disease and ignorance like a badge of honor. Being loud, ratchet, reckless, it's celebrated. But being intelligent, respectful, and focused, that gets clowned. And it's only getting worse. Drill rap, mocking the dead, popping pills like candy, twerking in front of kids, disrespecting our children and ourselves. All of it is poison. And in this video, I'm speaking on it. Unfiltered, gloves off, no feeling spared. It's time to face the truth because our culture is killing us from the inside like a cancer. Let's talk about it.
Oh, I know that ain't who I think it is.
It's the Drippy Gentleman.
Should've known you was in here. I saw the dripping from the driveway.
Follow the drip.
Stay cool like how you be cool, alright?
Follow the drip.
Follow the drip. Follow the drip.
Once again, let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. But today, we're taking the gloves off. We ain't sparing feelings. We don't really care how people feel today. Probably gonna ruffle a couple feathers. Absolutely. Pretty sure I will. But look at my face. Look at my face. Do I look like I care? No. Seriously. Look at my face. Do I look like I care? Because I don't. You know what I care more about? I care more about the black people. The black folks. The black children. The black people with sense. The black people who don't move like niggas. The black people who don't praise nigga behavior. Nigga activity. Nigga mentality. Salute to all the black folks. Fuck niggas.
Motherfucking right. Fuck niggas.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. I've been feeling like this for a very long time. You wanna know why? Tell me one good thing about street culture. Don't worry, I'll wait. Tell me one good thing about gang culture. Don't worry. I'll wait. Tell me one good thing currently about hip-hop culture. Let's just be real.
Let's be real.
Let's just be real. In a short period of time, gang culture, street culture, fueled and promoted through the hip-hop culture, has done more damage to the black community than chattel slavery.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Now, ain't that crazy? Over 400, 500 years of slavery. The amount of damage that has been done in the past 50 years with gang culture, street culture, fueled and promoted through the hip-hop culture, it would not even compare. How do we go from standing on the front line with each other, fighting for our rights, being sprayed with hoses, dogs sicked on us, spit on, segregated, told we can't use this bathroom, you can't eat here, nigga? How do we go from fighting all of that to now killing each other and it's okay?
How, Sway?
Yes, it's absolutely okay for us to off each other. It's praised, it's glorified, there's nothing wrong with it. When it happens in the neighborhood, everybody seems to know who shot John, but nobody want to talk about it though.
The black people are culturally inclined against snitching.
Hey, I ain't seen nothing.
Man, fuck your mom.
Like, it's funny that street culture has poisoned citizens to the point where violence can happen in your community. Robberies can happen in your community. Fights can happen in your community. But giving information on this is considered snitching.
See, now that's some bullshit.
It's frowned upon to clean up your neighborhood, to make sure there isn't no nonsense going on in your neighborhood. Mind your business. Why you telling? Why you snitching? I'm not a criminal, because the last time I checked, the definition of snitching was I'm a criminal, I'm with a criminal, we commit a crime. I get caught, and I give up information on him or other criminals to lessen my sentence. That's snitching.
That's right.
But a citizen who does not commit crime, who works a job, pays taxes, calling the authorities on a nigga, doing something detrimental to their neighborhood is not snitching. It's actually a good job by that citizen. It needs to be done more often. I don't really care how any nigga feels about that. Because you have a nigga mentality if you think a citizen cleaning up their neighborhood and protecting their own neighborhood is snitching.
Most black children were not raised to uphold street cultures, nigga. Who broke this TV? And everybody sitting there quiet. All right, I'm gonna start whooping ass. Nigga, if it's 7 kids in there, by the time they get to that third motherfucker and their ass getting tore up, they start telling. Oh, I didn't do it, now they did. We were raised to tell, nigga. That's why first 48, go get his mama. Go get his grandmama. Go get his girlfriend. Baby, you better tell him I'm about to have this baby. You better tell him. Come on, homie.
His name is Deshaun Jackson. He's my cousin. He wear a size 8 in men's shoe. He wear a medium shirt and a 32 in pants. He be over there on Dexter and Linwood.
Shout the season, man.
If you expect me just because my skin is brown, I'm supposed to be down?
No.
No. I don't support street culture. I don't support gang culture. I never have. I never will.
No, sir. Not me.
It's detrimental to my community. It doesn't help. All I see is death. All I see is pain and suffering and more people being put into the ground. That's all I see. I don't see anything positive coming from this behavior. It's perfectly okay to beat on each other, to rob each other, to off each other. These things are perfectly fine. You know how I know? Look at how we treat criminals. Just think about that. Free Little Dirk.
You sure about that?
Why?
Motherfucker, for what?
Let's not act like we all don't know.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Off more than 18 rounds at his vehicle, which killed his cousin, 24-year-old Savai Robinson. Lil Durk allegedly ordered Quando Rondo's murder, and the hitman used money from Lil Durk's and OTF financial banks to carry out the hit on Quando Rondo.
No, I've never seen, like, as far as gang culture is concerned, I've seen success around it, like people who were tied to it that left and done things and was successful in their own right, but I've never seen it be successful.
Oh, yeah.
Right, as an idea, because they're all together initially, they actually kill or fend off all other crews to be together, right? And then you go, the people that become prominent or become a greater focus they get knocked off in the process. If they don't get knocked off, they knock themselves off, knocking someone else off.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
See what I'm saying? Everybody knows what's going on, but it's free this dude now. Free little man. Free little Joey. Free Big Unk. No.
No.
These people committed crimes and we know it. Now we want him to get away scot-free, no consequences. We're supposed to support a criminal?
No, sir. Not me.
Look at how rappers and criminals get praised when they come home from prison. I think I'm Big Meech. I know I'm not bugging. He's not the first. He won't be the last. Why are they praised? Right? They'll get convicted of these crimes. It's proven in a court of law that they did these things. And then when they come home, it's like, welcome home, criminal. Why? Why? Why is not that same praise and admiration applied to all of the kids who graduate from college every year?
It's a good question.
Just curious. The kids and the children and the people who make something of themselves, when we achieve goals, when another black business is opened, or when another black woman becomes a dentist or a doctor, or a black male enters a field where he's the first black man to do that. Why aren't those things praised more than we praise ignorance?
Can anybody tell me why? Hey, can anybody tell me why?
Violence, drama, fussing, fighting. Why is fighting so accepted in the black community? Please let me know that. Why is conflict resolution in the black community violence? Let's run this fade. And I'm guilty of this myself. I exude and feel these things myself constantly. You know why? Because it's easy to do negative. It's easy to just throw something. It's easy. That's easy. It's hard to restrain yourself. It's hard to have self-control. It's hard to think about the bigger picture. It's hard to think steps into this. If I do this, A, B, C, D could happen. That could affect this person in my life and that person in my life, as well as my life. Do I really want to go down this route? Nah, it's not worth it. We don't do that. We have zero impulse control. I watch a lot of cop and body cam footage. I have a problem. This is something that's my guilty pleasure on YouTube. Shout out to Heavy Gantz Reacts, one of my favorite channels. Shout out to Johnny Girl, one of my favorite channels. Not only are they reacting, but they speak in that truth that needs to be heard, that truth that needs to be spoken. So shout out to all the truth channels. But I watch a lot of body cam footage. You know who dominates body cam footage? Take a wild guess. I'll give you a hint. It's the same people who dominate world star hip hop footage. Think about it. I'll give you another hint. It's the same people who dominate Instagram, Facebook, TikTok footage. Yeah. Niggas. Exactly.
Motherfucking right. Fuck niggas. What you need to realize is that there's a difference between a black man and a black nigga.
And there's two sides. There's black people and there's niggas. Niggas have got to go. Every time black people want to have a good time, ignorant ass niggas fuck it up. We hate black people too. Everything white people don't like about black people really don't like about black people.
I mean, let's be real.
That's who dominates all of the footage that I watch. Those are the ones on camera fussing and fighting with each other. When the cops show up, fussing and fighting with the cops, calling the cops out their name, talking crazy to the police. And then as soon as the handcuffs come out, everybody's a victim now. It's all racism. They're picking on me. I'm beyond sick of that victim crap that's going on now. Everybody's a victim.
Really him. You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
There's no more shame in the black community. Shame of nothing, but you're offended by everything. You're offended by everything. Absolutely everything offends you. You're ashamed of nothing. You're never ashamed of your behavior. You're never ashamed of your ignorant behavior, your ignorant speech, the way you talk and conduct yourself, the way you disrespect people. Yet these are the same people who demand and command so much respect. Why are you disrespecting me? You ever notice the people who always talk about disrespect are oftentimes the most disrespectful? Niggas.
Fuck niggas.
I'm sick of it. Doesn't help. Because all I see is another generation of young kids growing up to destroy themselves, throw their lives down the tubes, conduct themselves in ways that are going to have them making choices that are detrimental to their lives, as well as any children that they possibly may bring into the world. And there you go, another generation down the tubes. How many times are we going to keep doing this over and over and over again? How many more facts, data, and statistics do we need? How many more times do we have to see mothers crying? How many more times do we have to attend funerals? How many more times are we going to have to put people on t-shirts? How many times are we going to have to witness people being smoked on, turned into packs, before we realize that this behavior does nothing but destroy us? It's just baffling to me how we've grown so much as a people by climbing out of the grips of racism. And then now we are running down the alley of destruction. We're doing it to ourselves. Gang culture. Why would anybody join a gang? It makes no sense to me. I'm gonna be very honest. A gang? Why would I do that? Gang. You down? Why would anybody sign up for that? Story time. I remember I was 17 or 18 years old. This is the first summer my anger and my attitude became so out of control, my mother couldn't take it anymore. I had to leave and not live with my mom anymore. Fortunately for me, I had a friend who had a mom, brothers and sisters, a family that I was already close to because we went to church together. So fortunately for me, his mom, of course, let me stay with them. So I didn't have to fend for myself or be on the streets at 17, 18 years old. So this particular summer, I remember smoking marijuana, sitting on the porch. I have my little bike. I'm sitting on the porch and I'm smoking me one. By myself, just enjoying my little Mary Jane moment. And here comes my friend who lives with me and his two friends. Side note, I grew up in New York. First half of my life, I was in Harlem. Second half of my life, at this moment, I was in Queens, New York. And at this time, Queens was hit hard. New York was hit hard, period, with gang culture. Everywhere you went, seems like so many people wanted to be a blood. And where I lived, that was the dominant gang. Everybody was a blood. Back to the story. I'm sitting on the porch enjoying my Mary Jane moment. Here comes my friend who lives with me. His two friends, all of them are bloods. And they're excited. Yo, you ready? Ready for what? We're gonna turn you blood tonight.
You sure about that?
I sat there in this moment thinking to myself, these niggas must have lost their damn mind. I don't know what I've done up to this point that would give these guys the impression that I would want to make this type of life choice? But clearly I've done something wrong. I made a wrong turn somewhere because they lost their damn mind. My response, I don't want to be blood. I'm good. Come on, man. Come on, man. Why you don't be blood? Because I don't. All these years I've known y'all. All the stories y'all have told me about being blood and your blood gang escapades. When have I ever said to you, I want to be down with this? So why would you think I want to be down with this now? Come on, man. Come on, man. Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. Come on, man. Don't be scared. Don't be a pussy. Don't be soft. Ain't nobody scared. That's a stupid life choice. No thanks. Mind you, 17, 18 years old, I was around 250 pounds. Yeah, I was a big boy. Nickname used to be Pooh Bear. Yeah, big. They tell me, all right, we'll just have you shoot 30, which is 30-second fight, with Prada. Prada is a kid in the neighborhood. Again, I'm 18 at the time, 240 pounds. Prada is 14, 3 inches shorter than me. And if you put two bricks in each of his pockets, he might weigh 100 pounds. Maybe.
See, now that's some bullshit.
You want me to fight this little boy? No, thank you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Still with the peer pressure. I put my spliff out, got on my bike, and proceeded to ride away from these fools. Because ain't no way I was going to make that choice. Why would I ever join a gang? That is the dumbest life choice I feel like you can ever
You said that gangbanging is worse than slavery?
Yeah, and they keep saying, well, slavery lasts 400 years. They gave the slaves somewhere to live. Even black people own slaves. They just didn't beat the slaves because they needed the slaves to be healthy. They taught the slaves, eventually they ended up teaching the slaves how to read. They didn't wake up every day and say, hey, let's go kill slaves. No. And only a small portion of white people really own slaves. That's what most people don't want to believe, and that's what most people don't know. There's a small percentage of white people who own slaves. When you look at gang banging, black people never had the mindset to kill one another. So number one, that's what make it worse than slavery any day. Because when black people saw each other back then, it wasn't to kill each other. Now it's to kill each other. When black people woke up as slaves, their idea was to one day be free, not to look out in the slave quarters and bring oppression to the slave quarters. Man, for anybody to say that gang banging wasn't worse than slavery, homie, is ludicrous. That 400 years ain't got shit on this 50 year.
I know our ancestors are disgusted with us.
Say that you disgust me.
The ancestors who fought for freedom, who went through slavery, who were beat down, who were raped, who were stolen. They're disgusted with us. They have to be. There's no way we could rise so high as a people and then proceed to willingly and by choice choose to go down and do this to each other. It makes no sense to me. I see it like this: a battlefield. We're at war. Technically, in 2025, racism exists, but let's just be honest. It's not in your face. So if it exists, it's subtle, it's hidden, it's not blatant. I think that's why so many people hate Trump, because he was just blatant. It hasn't been blatant like that in a very long time. That's not blatant. It's not even accepted. We all know the stories of people being racist on camera, and the next thing you know, their job fires them. Like, racism is not really accepted anymore. It's bad publicity is what it is nowadays. Okay? So let's just be honest. Like, we're not in that day and age anymore where racism is really prevalent anymore. So we're on a battlefield, and psychological warfare is going down. Financial warfare is going down. I know y'all feeling the squeeze of the inflation. I'm not the only one struggling. I know you're feeling it too. It's a more mental warfare going on, but war nonetheless. And we're on the battlefield. We're soldiers. Black people are soldiers. And instead of pointing our weapons at our enemy and fighting our enemy, we're busy pointing our weapons at each other. We're busy fighting each other. We're busy scamming each other. We're busy robbing each other. We're busy twerking. That has got to be the dumbest war scene you could ever see in your life, right?
Why so many black people die in Vietnam? Because every time they yell, get down, they start dancing. Come on, y'all can see a nigga with a gun in it. Shotgun.
Things. The nigga mentality has poisoned the black community. Poisoned it. Hip-hop culture, in my opinion now, is poisoning us. It's not helping. Ever since gangster rap was created, that's when it started going downhill. Ever since we started being okay with praising offing each other, praising disrespecting our women, praising robbing and selling narcotics, pretty much all went downhill at that point. The criminals are upheld. Those are the ones that get movies. Frank Lucas. Really? Don't get me wrong. Denzel Washington is the GOAT. Greatest actor of all times.
It's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Absolutely. But we need better images than that. Malcolm X was a better movie. John Q was a better movie. I'm just saying, we need to hold up citizens. We need to hold up the normal people, the people who live positively. Stop praising the criminals. I'll never respect a street nigga. I'll never respect a gang nigga. Ever. Never have. I'm not about to start now.
No, sir. Not me.
Now, we in a time where we look at wrong and say that's right. And we look at right and say that's wrong. So, everything in our community, homie, I don't see no good in our culture. I don't care how we try to say who we used to be, man, what we are today. It ain't nothing good in the culture.
It's like a civil war going on with black people. And there's two sides. It's black people and there's niggas.
There's always been a big difference between niggas and black people. I've been telling niggas this for the longest time. I remember the first time I told a nigga that. I'm not a nigga, I'm a black man. He was like, what that's supposed to mean? You wouldn't understand, nigga.
Niggas?
I can have a nigga mentality. I can conduct myself like a nigga. I can be a nigga any moment. Somebody push me too far, and I lose self-control. I lose my inhibitions and my impulse control. Oh yeah, I can be a nigga, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Now don't be a Negro, be my nigga. All right, help me out.
Hold on. I ain't nobody's nigga.
Well, I mean, you somebody's nigga wearing this nigga tie.
Now you're being condescending. See, you've been warned, all right? Let's move forward amicably.
Okay, well, check this out, though. First of all, you're throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
Okay, see? See, now you found yourself a nigga. You were looking for a nigga? Nigga here now, see?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. For what? What is it gonna get me? I could possibly hurt someone, go to jail, or I could be hurt. For what? To prove a point? Cause I ain't no bitch. It's gang over here, repping neighborhoods and streets that you will never own. You know how I know niggas don't own nothing? And you know who really owns black neighborhoods? The Arabs, the Chinese people, the Spanish people who own stores in your neighborhood. You want to know who runs your neighborhood? Go into the stores in your neighborhood. Whoever's behind the counter, that's who has more control in your neighborhood than you ever will, nigga. You know how I know? 3 numbers, and y'all gonna scatter like roaches.
Brother man, y'all can't fuck with the police. Y'all can't fuck with the police.
I see no hope for the future, to be very honest with you. That's just my perspective, my opinion. I don't want to be a gloomy Gus, but I'm a realist. I see no hope for the future. Our women twerk at every chance they get. How do we go from everything is everything, what is meant to be will be? How do we go from on and on and on and on, side games moving like a rolling stone? How do we go from that to my pussy pink, my booty hole brown? How do we?
Woosah, 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 woosah.
I'm sorry for yelling. How do we come so damn far? Look at every stereotype and tell me it's not true. I don't even call them stereotypes. They're not stereotypes. They're true. We rob, we steal, we off each other. And that's the crazy thing is we do it to each other.
You know what's worse than anything? You killing your mama, you killing your brother, you killing the people in your family that live in your house. That's worse than anything. Than you going outside of your house doing anything to anybody. And that's what gangbanging is doing, homie. We in the house.
And I know some people can hit me with that, well, crime and things like that are about proximity. I know it makes sense. If you live around black folks, you're black. Those are the people that may get it. You live around white folks, you're white. It makes sense. But let's just be real. And let's stop glossing over these facts and stop using these weak talking points to make excuses for the fact that we destroy each other more than anything else on this planet. We do it to each other. We oppress each other. Last time I checked, wasn't no white folks in our neighborhood calling us nigga. We do it to each other. We clown each other. We make each other feel insecure. Think about how much we talk about each other's looks. How we clown whoever doesn't have the flyest Jordans on. What are those? It was funny, but where does that derive from? Think about it. Yeah, people don't think about it from this perspective, but we need to. We oppress each other. African booty scratcher is a term I heard when I was a kid. I've only heard black people say that to each other. Never heard a white person say, you African booty scratcher. Never heard that. It's always been us. It's always been us making fun of the dark-skinned girl. Making fun of each other's hair. Your hair nappy. We hate each other. We influence each other to hate each other. We influence each other to hate our features. We do it to ourselves. But to what end? Will it ever end? Will it ever stop? Will we ever get better? Personally, I don't think so. I see no hope for the future. I see no hope for the future. That's just me. I don't want to be a gloomy Gus, but I'm just being real. We're not going to get better. I feel like any group of black people that came together that tried to make us as a whole better, there would be millions more trying to keep it the way it is. I gotta stop twerking. I gotta act like a woman with class. I gotta pull my pants up. I have to stop saying bro every third word. I have to talk like I have sense, speak properly. I have to be something in life. They're gonna fight that. Niggas is gonna fight. Black folk want prosperity. We want peace. We want our children to have better lives. We want our children to grow up to be better people, to be successes, not to be drillers, not to be little baby sexy reds and Meg the Stallions, lying bitches.
You lying ass bitch.
But that's another story for another day. We want upstanding citizens. We want to raise good children, good husbands, good wives, good fathers, good mothers. That's what we want to do. We want to be that. We don't want to go out to the bar, to the lounge, to the club, and have to worry about niggas shooting it up. We don't want to have to worry about niggas shooting up the neighborhood. We would like to live in peace, finally. Black folks, the fatigue is real. I know you feel it. We're beyond tired. We're more tired than Michael Jordan in the flu game. But just like Jordan in that flu game, we still great. We gotta stop letting niggas be the narrative. We gotta stop letting niggas speak for us all the time. Let niggas be in the forefront. We gotta stop praising this shit. We got to stop. Hip hop has destroyed us too. NWA, all of the drill rap, all of the gangster rap, all of the years of hustling, and I think I'm Big Meech and praising all of these drug dealers and glorifying all of this nonsense. It destroyed us as well. And it wasn't always like this. I remember a time when hip hop was very versatile. There were all type of rappers. There was the Backpackers. There was the Tribe Called Quest. There was the Arrested Developments. There was the Wu-Tang. There was De La Soul. There was versatility. And they all could spit. Everybody had bars. Everybody had skills. But just like we're all individuals and there's versatility out in the world, that's the same way it was in hip-hop. And it was a more positive vibe. I remember a time, shout out to those who remember self-destruction. Yeah.
Well, today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience that's bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and steal from one another.
You had it for self-destruction. I remember when we used to praise knocking off this nonsense. Used to promote this stuff don't help us. I remember when I was younger, crack was whack. Shout out and rest in peace to the Queen, Whitney Houston.
Crack is whack.
Whitney Houston. Crack is whack. You understand me? That was a thing when I was a kid. It was not praised to be on drugs. It was not okay for you to be a drug addict. Unfortunately, it was okay for you to sell it. That was trash too. But it wasn't okay for you to be a drug addict, to pop pills. If anybody in my crew did anything other than marijuana or alcohol, you were no longer in the crew. When we saw you, we would probably clown you. We would let you know what you're doing is not cool and we ain't hanging with you no more. You a fiend now. Nowadays, it's praise. Look at these rappers. Look at these young kids. Xannies, Percocet, Demerol, codeine. All of this, like, what?
Man, we got a rap culture that promotes dope fiends.
Pill poppers.
Pill, man, when did pill popping be cool? When did being a dope fiend, when did dope fiend become cool?
Percocets, Molly's and codeine. Since when did it become cool to live like a dope fiend? The youngest need coaching, the end is approaching. Lock us up, kill us all, this is all that they're hoping.
Percocets, Molly's and codeine. Since when did it become cool to live like a dope fiend?
It's a good question.
When is it gonna end? When is it gonna end? Hip hop has contributed to all of this crap. I'm at an age where I really can't stomach gangster rap much anymore. As much as I love a lot of gangster rappers, Jadakiss, The Lox, like 50 Cent, G-Unit, like I like a lot of this stuff, I'm gonna be honest, but I'm at the point at this age I really can't stomach it no more. I find myself listening to Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass. I find myself listening to reggae more. Cable time. You heard? I found myself listening to more positive music. I can't do the negative crap no more. I don't want to hear it. I work a job. I go to work, I come home, I spend time with my son, I have my free time, I record my videos, I smoke a little Mary Jane every now and again, I may go out to the bar, have a drink every now and again, spend some time with a fine lady. I'm a simple dude. What would be considered nowadays L7, a square. But it's okay to be a square. It's okay to be normal and just have a normal, boring life. No drama. No contact with the authorities. No ops. I don't want ops. No thank you. I want some love. Right? That's what a lot of these gang members and street culture and all these ignorant niggas really need is a hug. That's really what most niggas need. That's why they on drugs, because a nigga need a hug. These niggas is in pain. These little boys, these little kids, all of these little drillers, that's pain. I know pain when I see it, but they're expressing their pain different ways. Popping pills. They're expressing their pain in different ways, but these ways are detrimental to themselves and everyone around them. How many more times are we gonna see babies being shot by gang members or by street niggas who seem to be shooters but can't seem to ever hit their target? You a shooter, but you ain't hitting nothing. Just because you let it go don't really mean nothing. It's about hitting it. And I'm not even influencing that crap, but I'm sick of seeing little kids die because you want to shoot up the party. You want to shoot up the barbecue because you saw your ops. It got to stop, man. It really got to stop. We are fatigued beyond anything you can ever think of. Black fatigue is real. Black people hate niggas. I personally hate niggas. I hate street culture. I hate criminals. I hate gangs. Fuck y'all niggas. You hear me? Fuck niggas.
God damn! Fucking right. Fuck niggas.
You better whoop a call to the Bammies, cause the Cammy Town's a pity on the panty style. What the fuck that even mean, man?
I don't know!
It's the Drippy Gentleman.
Should've known you was in here. I saw the dripping from the driveway.
Stay drippy.
Follow the drip.
Follow the drip. Follow the drip.